And we're back. Welcome to Six of Swords Tarot. It's your girl, Birdie. And let's get into it. I think I'm going to spray some cleansing stuff instead of burning stuff today. You know what? Excuse me, already feeling sneezes coming on. All right. One of those and one of these. All right, I'm going to do a quick mediumship to perfection. All right. So I got SB for 2 and Philomena. Spirit. Ooh, that's strong. Spirit, please open me up to be a clear channel so I can deliver messages for the greater good. And Archangel Michael, please protect this live stream, bring forward anyone who needs messages today and for their greater good. And so it is. All right, SB, you are up. Let me know when you're here. Oh, and SB, I have you in PayPal, so you are good to go. SB, let me know when you're here. Or I'll just go ahead and get it kicked off. All right. You can watch the playback. All right, we have SB. Reading number 1. SB wants to know, I need some insight on Carlos, who is my child's father. My dad took me to the place. Oh, I see. My dad took the place, but he passed. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't told. Now it's not letting me see the full message. Sorry. I'm doing the best I can. What the heck? Okay. I just searched for it. I haven't told him yet. My question is, what are Carlos' thoughts on reconnecting, and what is what are Carlos' thoughts on reconnecting with is being in my kid's life, co-parenting. He lives with, okay. So what are his thoughts about co-parenting? All right, we're going to use the Accurate AF Tarot for this. And again, I'm so sorry for your loss. All right, what are Carlos' thoughts about reconnecting and co-parenting? Being in his kid's life. He lives abroad. Spirit, connect me to his energy and show me what his thoughts are about reconnecting, being in his son's life. 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands. I think this is something that he does think about a lot, but I also feel like he's not someone you would ever trust fully. And I feel like he may say a lot of things, but his actions don't always line up with his words. He can also come up with excuses and be a little bit defensive about stuff at times. And so here's how I could see this playing out. Now, you're never gonna know unless you try, but there's there's a certain amount of, this is entertainment purposes only, but I'll share with you a story that my current therapist has shared with me. It's when you want to do something good or you want to reconnect with someone, think of it as like a stray animal that you want to nurse back to health. If it continues to bite you and attack you, and it never, I guess a feral cat would probably be a better example. Like, if a cat is meant to be in the wild, it's going to let you know it's meant to be in the wild. And I think that he has shown you enough through his actions. However, if you haven't reached out to him for a long time, and the other thing I'll say is, at least you can have some clear evidence to your child that you tried, by the way, too. And oftentimes when we go through the sudden loss of a close family member like this, it can get us all up in our emotions, and grief is does really interesting things to the brain. So I don't think it would be bad, but I feel like what could happen, entertainment purposes only, and I'm not trying to prevent you from reaching out to him, but I feel like at first he would be like, yes, I've been thinking about this and this is so great, but there really isn't, whether it has to do with money or traveling or being abroad, I just don't think he has the capacity to be a super decent father. Like, I don't see him, like he'll be lucky to, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of excuses, and I feel like there's also some roadblocks as to why. And I also don't know that I hate to sound horrible. SB, I already started your reading. If you want to scroll back, or I can give you a little bit of a recap, but hold on, I was in the flow. Let me get back here. There's more to this reading. But I feel like, yeah, you could reach out to him and he could say, yeah, this sounds great. I've been thinking about this. But then when push comes to shove, you can't really, he's not a reliable person. He's not an emotionally intelligent person. And this could be due to a lot of different reasons, but for whatever reason, I don't know that he is capable of co-parenting in a way that you might need. But what I will say is, at least if you try, you can at least tell your child, I did try to do this. Unfortunately, they're not capable, whatever. Like, I had probably both. But I definitely had one parent that was extremely just not capable of being a parent whatsoever. And that's just the way that some people are built. So kind of like the stray cat, that's kind of what I'm seeing him as. It's like there's all the good intentions to try to create an emotional bond in a relationship there, but if he's meant for the wild and he can't be tamed, and he doesn't have the normal social, if he doesn't have the appropriate social norms and is not capable of being a parent, I do think there's part of him that might be excited and might reach out and be like, yeah, we could do this, but then like everything just stays the same is kind of what I'm seeing now. Again, this is a tarot reading. Take it with a grain of salt because these are, you know, big life decisions, right? I'm not telling you, but and if it has been a long while, maybe you do want to reach out and just give your child an opportunity to speak with them. We have judgment here. I think you already know how this person is. I think you already got their number and you understand how this person operates. I don't know that there's a great capacity for this person to change. And a lot of people, yeah, I mean, and that same thing with like people with, you know, people on the spectrum sometimes can be extremely intelligent, but lack, you know, I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying some people are really good at, you know, one thing, we have the Emperor. Yeah. We have Justice, and we have the Nine of Swords. I think keeping the door open for your child is a good thing here, because I have a couple different cards showing like doorways and pathways and trying to keep, you think he might be. And again, I'm just a cat lady. I'm not here to, you know, diagnose, or I'm just talking about life experiences here. But like showing the doorways, I do think it's important to keep the lines of communication open. But if you know this is how he is, radical acceptance of reality is going to save you from wishful thinking, I feel like, in this. Like, if he's a stray cat and you know he's a stray cat, don't expect him to be a Persian lap cat that's going to follow you around and sleep with you 24/7. Because that's not, and I didn't mean that in a gross way. I'm just talking about my cats. But, the Two of Wands, create a realistic plan. And I would give him the opportunity and say, hey, you know, it would be really great if you could be part of our child's life. The star, center it around the child, center it around what is important, and see if they're able to make some changes. I don't know that there's going to be a radical change in how they will be. Like, why now? I mean, if they weren't doing it before. And sometimes when we go through grief, we're grieving everything, right? A lot gets stirred up, not just with the person that we lost, but when you're in a deep grief, it stirs up the future. It stirs up everything. And you're grieving the future that your child would have had with the person that passed, the future that other things that didn't happen. But we have to live with radical acceptance for what is happening in here and now, and not the fantasy version of what we want someone else to be. Yeah. And I mean, I can only imagine, and I'm just so sorry. It's probably a huge, huge loss to you. But don't trick yourself into thinking that this father, the child's father here, is going to magically be able to step up to the plate. You know? We have 9th house, long distance travel. We have Capricorn. We have Mercury. He has to make an effort. He has to make an effort. So as a mom, I feel like and again, I don't have kids. I just have cats. I'm just a cat lady on the internet. Take this with a grain of salt. But I do feel like, with that ninth house of long distance travel, if they are abroad, they would need to make arrangements to see their child. You would need to also open the door to let those visitations happen. So you guys do need to work together. It's important to keep the lines of communication open. This probably is going to require travel, which would require a lot of planning. Capricorn, Mercury and Capricorn in the 9th house. we have to make this a reality and actually do it if it's going to happen. But he also has to want it and do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to grab some healing cards for you today, actually, because I know you're going through a lot. Spirit, show me what advice we have for SB right now. Show me what advice we have for SB right now. Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. You are also going to seek a level of strength that you did not realize that you had. And that's only going to go stronger and stronger and stronger with time. I don't know how old you are. You don't need to tell me, but your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, every year you're just going to become more strong, more badass, and honor your dad for who he was and who he was for you and your child, and allow that to be what it is. On a soul level, he knew, regardless of how he went, it was, for whatever reason, it was time for his soul to depart. And those of us who are left here after someone passes, that's so interesting. I was talking to my friends about this over the weekend. It's about the people who, the loved ones remaining. It's about your lessons and how you choose to move forward. With the Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationships, and harmony. You want harmony in your life. You want harmony for your child. The Sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. Know that on the other side of this, there is more life for you. There will be happiness. There will be vitality, success, joy, and play for you and your child. Whether or not, you know, the bio father is able to be a part of his life or not. It's you know, the saying, the favorite millennial Gen Z saying, like, if he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would pick up the phone and travel, right? Like, do they really need to be reminded that they need to visit and have a relationship with their child? You can try. Yeah, he gave so much. I'm so sorry to hear that. Ruby, bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. This is going to be a marathon. This is not a sprint for you and your grief process here. We have spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. Maybe there's some type of church or spiritual community that might help you through this. Let yourself sparkle and shine. You are guided to be bold and show your bigger than life side to the world. Especially when it's unexpected, maybe you could find some healing through like a grief group or something like that. But again, I'm really sorry that you're going through this. All right, I got SB for one more, and then we have Philomena on deck. All right, SB. I got SB. Oops. All right, SB says, what good things are coming my way in the next 2 months? What can I expect? What can I expect? All right, shifting gears. What can SB expect in the next 2 months? In the next 2 months. What good is coming towards SB Welcome in, guys. If you're called to donate, let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe. Whoops, that was the wrong one. Oh well, you can look at my Amazon wish list if you want to. Let's see. All right. What good is coming towards SB? You're not giving up. Your child is going to be your main focus right now. And just living, Page of Cups, just living in a gentle way. Six of Swords. You're working on healing for you and your child. Again, especially if this was like a surprising, sudden thing. Maybe both of you guys want to start grief counseling, maybe even together if your child was really close to your father, as a way to kind of, move through this energy and start the healing process. The Six of Swords can also represent travel, so I don't know if perhaps maybe you guys would want to go visit the father, or if that's a possibility. We are starting in a few weeks. Good, yeah. But Ace of Swords, this is also, and I don't know, again, you don't need to say anything. I don't know how old your kid is, but just being very honest, right, about the process, I think is important. Again, I'm just a cat lady. I'm not like a child psychologist. I don't know. I've never changed a diaper in my life. I don't know anything about kids, but I used to be a kid, right? And so I feel like, I love how there's 2 eagles in this card. I never noticed that. And I just, no matter what age you are, but especially with children, just being open and honest about life and what life is, and not trying to, sugarcoat like what happened, right? I feel like being super honest and forthright about what happened. The King of Wands, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Magician. So I do feel like there are other male figures around you. This could be other family members. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he's probably a really like sensitive soul, and he probably gets it, right? Especially if that was a fear for him. But I do feel like we have fire signs, King of Cups energy, Magician, Gemini energy here. You have a lot of brothers. So there are going to be a couple different men that do step forward. I actually see 2 or 3 different people kind of surrounding you, supporting you. Even if they are at a distance, they could even be traveling to you at this time. And then with the Magician, even though you are going through a lot of grief right now, I do feel like you are going to move through the grieving process. This is going to sound weird. I feel like you are moving through the grieving process very gracefully. As gracefully as you possibly can. With the Six of Swords over the Magician, this is like, we are going through this transition. I have the tools to get there. This is not going to be easy. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And I have a support system here. And knowing that, this inevitably, none of us make it out alive, right? It's just a matter of when we go and how we go, right? And sorry, but so not to make this all about grief, but so let's talk about some other good things. You really want to know what good is coming your way. So there's an opportunity for travel or visitors, which could be the brothers or other men that are around you that want to support you. I do feel like, the Six of Cups, which also you said your child is 6. We have 2 6s here on the table. I feel like, Nine of Wands, both of you guys are actually moving forward. You're moving forward as best you can. You're living, in a gentle way, supporting each other, taking care of each other, dealing with the little things. But I think that you're also going to realize in the next 2 weeks, like, okay, I think I got this, right? And it's a cycle. It's a process. It's not, the grief process is very interesting. Ace of Swords, King of Wands. Also being open and honest with, your family members. I feel like there may be some really healing conversations that happen where it's like there's no more secrets anymore. It just sharing things, saying things that may have gone unsaid for a long time. I hope your brothers are better than mine. That's all I gotta say. Hopefully they're not a-holes and they're actually good people. Spirit, show me. Trying to bring a little humor into the... we have the 8th house, Aries in the 8th house with... Hold on. It's Jupiter, right? Jupiter. Yes. That's my Jupiter. Okay. Aries and Jupiter in the 8th house. The 8th house is the... This is going to sound strange. So 8th house is... rules death. Is a Scorpio, and you said he was also a Scorpio. You said annoying sometimes. I'm glad that they're good in it. Well, they came through as kings, so one might be a little bit of a trickster, but the other two came in as kings. So I have Aries in the 8th house with Jupiter. This is going to expand your... it's going to bring a lot of... Especially if you live where like the funeral is and everything, this is going to expand the people that you are seeing. But with that Aries energy, it's moving really fast. So I feel like it's almost like things kind of come and go and everything's a little bit of a blur, and that happens a lot. When you're going to the funeral and there's all these people and your eyes glaze over and you're tired and it's like you're not eating and things are just kind of crazy. So I think the energy is flowing well and you're able to get through everything, especially with Aries energy, because Aries is like go, 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 go. So you're able to get up every day, you're on your feet, you're doing things. And there may even be some... With the Magician here, it's like there is some type of manifestation. The 8th house also rules inheritance. I don't necessarily want to bring that up right now, but I do want to mention that. Especially with the Magician, Jupiter, 8th house stuff going on here. So that could be something that the family is talking about right now, where maybe something is coming your way there. But I know that's a really sensitive thing. I don't want to withhold that information. I'm just going to say what it is. Yeah, here's 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Just as I said that, and then we have the Tower. So, yeah, I feel, unexpected shakeup, and let's grab some advice here for you as well. You are going to get through this in a very graceful way, and I don't know how else to articulate that. Philomena, thanks for your patience here. We have love. Allow it to pour in and out of you. I think a lot of people are going to be showing you love right now. We have let go, relax, and release. Action, awaken the warrior woman within. I feel like I kind of feel also like you're a protective daughter and you want to make sure that things are done the right way. So there may be some times where you speak up, and you may even be a little bit more aggressive than your brothers are when it comes to certain things that are happening. as your family goes through this process. Okay? Do I want to grab, I'm debating what other cards I want to grab for you. I'll use the animal deck because I was using an animal analogy for you earlier. Yeah. I had, in that action, that reminds me, this is very much an Aries. I know she's got an arrow in that Sag, but it's very much like a fire, like, hey, we gotta go, I gotta do this. I speak my truth, hi. All right, Philomena, you're on deck. You can go ahead and post. I'm just gonna wrap up SB's reading here. Thank you so much. All right, we have let spirit be your guide. Now is a good time to have some prayer or meditation. Ask spirit for guidance. You may see hawks or birds of prey. Maybe that's some type of connection. You know what? Also, we have these eagles here. I don't know if you had a connection, or maybe that'll be a thing when you see certain birds. We have life is a mystery. And we also have time to let go. And that was twice. And it's a very difficult process. He had Aries Leo qualities in a good way. I speak. Thank you so much. So I hope I was able to answer your question as best I can, given what, I don't even think I need to explain it, right? It's like the energy is going to lead me where the energy leads me, depending on the question and where we're at energetically, and that's what came out. So, but I do think you're going to be okay and you're going to get through this, but it's grief is a very interesting thing to navigate. I think it's great that you guys are, going to the grief counseling. So we're going to keep me posted, SB, and I'm hoping the best for you and your healing. Okay, Philomena. What are Sebastian the Capricorn's intentions for me after our first date? All right, y'all, there must be love in the air, honey. I know a couple people who are just macking and macking. All right, one moment, please. Let me fix our list. Thank you so much. And all right, so we have Philomena. Oops. Philomena. S and I speak. Sushi? Sushi? And I speak. All right, let's get into it. Thanks so much. I appreciate the donations. All right, we're going to keep it going. Make sure you guys like the stream. It really helps out my channel. All right, so what are Sebastian the Capricorn's intentions to me after our first date yesterday afternoon? Now, I will say there was a grand Earth trine over the weekend. So a really great time to build foundations. Let's see what's going on. Philomena. We have the 10 of Swords. We have the 7 of Swords. Holy crap. Queen of Cups. The Empress. 3 of Swords. King of Cups. Page of Pentacles. What the hell is this? Hold on. Wheel of Fortune. Philomena. What is this? 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Queen of Cups, Empress, 3 of Swords. Okay. So right off the bat, I think he thinks you're very attractive. I think he sees you as someone who, you said, I don't know. He sees you, let me get through this because this is a really weird combination, okay? We have the Queen and King of Cups. Here's what I'll say. He sees you as someone who is attractive, and he sees you as someone who is I almost feel like he thinks you're too good for him. Were you able to glean any of that? I don't even care what this guy does. I'm feeling on like a moral compass type of energy, not necessarily like, oh, you're so smart, and which you are, and like, oh, you're so blah blah blah. Like, I think this guy has got some demons, okay? And I also think that he's trying to get back out there and try to date, but I kind of feel like he's not the most honest person, and he's a little bit manipulative. I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. I wish I didn't have some of these cards here. The 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. So what are his intentions for me? This could be someone who plays games. This could be someone who might just be looking for a hookup. I would let him lead, and, you know, if you liked him and you're looking for something long term, you know, wait for him to plan another date and see what he does. If he's just trying to get physical, this guy might just be looking for a hookup, to be honest. There's something a little manipulative about his energy that I don't trust. He's giving me player vibes. He's giving me player vibes here. I have heavy water sign energy, also air sign energy. Yeah, moon in the 5th house with Cancer. This could also be like short-term love bombing. 5th house, moon and Cancer in the 5th house. Oh my God, I feel this connection. And then they kind of flip the script. Top of the deck, I have Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's like they kind of change things up. I would definitely not rush into this, and I would suss this guy out before you decide you want to get emotionally or more involved with him. Entertainment purposes only. I'm just a cat lady on the internet, but that's what I see. With these cards, Moon and Cancer in the 5th house, you know, Moon and Cancer is extreme because the moon is extreme, if you think about it. And I have my Moon in Cancer, but it's in the 7th house, and so we can be extremely emotionally volatile, especially if he's a King of Cups that's a little bit distorted, which is kind of how I'm reading this. Jaded, what's up, girl? Which is kind of how I'm reading this. I feel like it's, and a lot of men who have Cancer placements, if they're poked in just the right way, they get really like catty and aggressive, and not a good way. And they become extremely manipulative and lie. I know, I'm related to 2 Cancers. All they do is lie. So anyway, I'm sorry to give you be the bearer of bad news, but maybe I'm wrong, but this is what I'm picking up on. He's thinking that you're very attractive, very well put together, and there's part of him that's just a dirty dog. Perfect. So I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. Philomena. Oh, okay. He planned a second date, but I have other plans today. Good. Don't be too available. I love that. Yeah, let him come after you and see what happens. I could be wrong. but awesome. Cool. All right. I don't know how to, is your name Suchet? Suchet? I don't want to say it wrong, but you can go ahead and post your question. So up next we have and I speak my truth. Sorry, I spelled your name wrong. All right. All right, Spirit. Lord, I am spelling things wrong today. I speak my truth as major T. Sorry if I have green paint on top of my nails. I got a lot of it off. I was painting. So now all I have to do is fix some stuff in my kitchen and I'm golden. All right, here we go. Suchet, I'm in a relationship with a cat. I'm a Gemini. It's been great, but all of a sudden he got distant, cold, barely speaking, saying he needed space. 2-3 weeks, barely no contact, not even hi. Coming home, even calling hi. To this family, this hurts me. Do you guys live together? Or like, do you have kids together? I mean, if he's not coming home to see the family. I mean, you know what? I need a more serious deck for this. One moment. Let me grab my traditional tarot. Do you guys have kids together? You might still be typing. I need communication. Yeah. Cold energy. Capricorns can get cold. It's out of the blue. I stopped reaching out and he said, Got it. Okay. Can I see if this is a phase or will he come back around? Got it. I'm going to pull the smaller message so there's more room to see the cards. But, oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear this. All right, Spirit, let's pick up on S's energy, the Gemini, what's going on with the Capricorn. How long has this been going on? Oh, you said 2-3 weeks. Damn. You're still, he says you're still together. Okay, give me 1 second. I want to tap in for a second. Then you see timing for, see turning a new star. Okay, got it. Give me 1 second. I'm going to meditate on this energy. This is insane. Do you know where he is? And does he have a history of substance use? And again, this is all entertainment purposes only. Does he have a history of a substance issue? I feel like he is overwhelmed, but also I don't want to be so sympathetic with him because he just left you in the cold. And that's not okay. Okay? Spirit, what's going on and what is the resolution of this going to look like? We also are looking to see if we can get some timing here. We have the Lovers here. How long have you guys been together? We have the Chariot. The other thing I'm going to say here, okay, so the other thing I'm going to say here is I do think it's possible that he's talking to somebody else. So there's a couple different things that are coming in. I think it's possible that he could be drinking or overusing some kind of substance, right? To kind of not feel what he is wanting to feel, or to not feel, because here we have the King of Pentacles, which is that earth energy, which is what he is. I also feel like there may be some financial worries or some financial secrets that he is keeping from you and he has been avoiding. That he needs to reveal to you, but is not. He should be the King of Pentacles, but right now he's acting like the Page of Wands. And so I see him doing a lot of avoiding, which is really interesting energy. We have the Magician here, so it's like he does think in some ways that he's being slick and that he can pull it all together. But at some point, he's going to have to fess up and tell you what's going on here. And I don't think that you are going to want to put up with this shit for much longer. Because how can you just leave no explanation, no nothing? But I do think that there is some financial secret. There is something hidden here. And he needs to make some choices. I think he got into some financial trouble. Okay? Top of the deck, we have the Chariot, we have the Magician. I'm going to pull Tarot for to get a clarification on the timing. Spirit, show me the timing for... So what is the outcome of this thing going to be? Show me timing, show me the outcome of this. Knight of Cups, the High Priestess, Ace of Pentacles. I think you will see him again in the next 2 weeks. I think you will see him again in the next 2 weeks. I think he may actually come home like broken with his tail between his legs and saying how he loves you. And I think at that point, I think you're the one that's going to be cold and pissed off, the High Priestess. You're going to be like, don't touch me. Tell me what the hell is going on. And you may just say, you need to put all your cards on the table. Can we fix this? Can we move forward or no? What's on the butt? Yeah, we have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. We need a real plan or this is the end. I think you're going to give him an ultimatum when he comes back. I think that he does want to be with you. The fact that he's doing this is absolutely insane. I think within the next 2 weeks, I think he's going to come back, tell you that he cares for you. He's going to hope that everything, you know, he doesn't want to do a whole lot of explaining, and you're going to say, I need to know what the hell happened. You tell me everything and we figure it out, or we can't continue to, how can we build on this? You can't even tell me where you're going or what you're doing. I'm going to grab from the Moon deck because I pulled the Moon. I want to see what else I get here for you. And then I'm going to do the Astro Dice. Let me know if you need any clarification here. I think it's more so, and again, I'm not seeing any other women here. Like, I don't think he's having some torrid affair with somebody, but I do feel like there could be some financial issues going on or something that he's hiding financially. And he's trying to figure things out and sort things out, and does not want to be forthright with you about that situation. He could be trying to make money back or do something that maybe you wouldn't approve of, okay? The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Your commitment is being tested. When I pull this, a lot of times I say, this could be commitment to yourself. You know, this card says a time to give rather than take. How much have you given to the relationship? When did he stop giving to the relationship? Everything that is hidden is going to be brought to light. You are going to know that. Maybe not exactly in 2 weeks, but you are going to uncover and discover everything that happened and why this happened. It's going to come to light. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Whether he tells you or whether you find out, and trust your gut right now, High Priestess. If you feel like something smells off, something's off. So, you know, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. I know that this is really emotionally difficult, but make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can use your women's intuition and your natural God-given intuition to pay attention to how you're feeling, because there's something's very, very off here. Okay? Neptune and Gemini in the 5th house, he's acting extremely immature for someone who should be a King of Pentacles. Neptune and Gemini in the 5th house. It's a distortion of fun. It's a distortion of, the 5th house rules joy, children, short-term dating, fun things that we like to do, but it's being distorted with Neptune. He's not seeing things clearly right now. I also feel like he's trying to convince himself that everything's fine, but he's kind of digging himself into a deeper hole. Okay? I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. I think he'll come back in a couple weeks and try to win you back. And I don't know that you are just going to let him slide, right? Don't be soft, Gemini. Hold him to the fire. Get the answers that you need. Oops. That was really interesting. All right, I Speak My Truth is up. I Speak My Truth. Are we on an hour? I'm going to do last call for donations. Part 1 is posting now. All right, let's get into it, girl. I will use this for you. What do I need to know about my ex? Okay, this will be a good deck for that. Why is everyone? You are gonna hear. I Speak My Truth. Let me tell you, as a woman rapidly approaching 40, closure doesn't exist, and you will never seek it again after 40. It just is not a thing. Because you just let it, you're just like, an a-hole is an a-hole and you let it go. What do I need to know about my ex and his feelings toward me now? He told me he has a new girlfriend and she's pregnant after 7 months of no contact. He told me to leave him alone even though he contacted me first. Oh my, he's a Pisces. Of course he is. That's such a Pisces move. Oh my God. Yeah, he's just being a dick. You know what? I Speak My Truth. I would ignore his ass, honestly. I would just ignore his ass. Congrats. I would say he's blocked dead. I would say congratulations on your shotgun wedding. I said good luck. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, last call, guys. Oh my gosh. Girl, that happened to me for literally. That happened to me one time. It was I didn't get the text message, but I found out about it and I was like, so much for not wanting kids. Enjoy that 18 years of bankroll. Yes, I do personal readings. Let me put all my information is in the description, and I'm gonna post here and email me. And so my private readings I do over the phone. Typically, I mean, I'll go over an hour or two, but here's the price. Email me. We'll pick a time. I'll call you. Just so you know, I go into a deep meditation prior to the call, and I pick out tons of deep messages. I don't have my website up right now, but I have a lot of testimonials, and some of the other girls on here can vouch for my private readings. But anyways, that's how you can contact me, and we'll set up a reading. Thank you for asking, and I'm so sorry you're going through this. Okay, so I posted the question above. What the heck? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, sorry, I'm being a moron here. Sorry, I speak my truth. I'm being slow. What do I need to know about my ex and his feelings toward me now? This little freak. I feel like I remember reading about this guy. All right, Spirit, let's get into I Speak My Truths energy. What about the ex? What does I Speak My Truth need to know about the ex and his feelings towards her now? Four of Cups. Did you break up with him? Did you break up with him? You hurt his feelings. You legitimately hurt his feelings. Four of Cups, he felt rejected by you. He actually did go through a bit of heartbreak when you guys broke up, where you said, yes, I did. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, hey, he thought that you guys were going to be together for the long haul. And you actually like broke his heart. And I do feel like whoever he got with next is a rebound. If he's even telling the truth. If he's even telling the truth, okay? We have the Wheel of Fortune here. We have Strength. We have Ace of Swords. What an a-hole. Yeah. Yeah, his life changed on a dime. His life changed on a dime. So, what can I tell you about this? He wanted to rub it in your face. I don't know especially if you wanted a family, or if you wanted to have kids, or you guys ever talked about having kids, maybe he wanted you to feel slighted, but I actually don't feel like you are. You're just kind of like, hey man, enjoy that, because you wanted to protect yourself with all of that. The Nine of Swords, he is actually extremely scared right now. And what does a Pisces do? What does a Pisces man do when he's scared? He lashes out. And who is he going to lash out at? The person that he really cared about the most, which was you at one point. And I think he's still struggling even, 6-7 months later, which again, like, girl, it takes me years to get over breakups. Like, that's why I quit dating. I'm like, my heart can't handle this. The Hermit, he's scared. He feels very alone. He lashed out at you. You're the one that hurt him. I do think he did actually get this person pregnant. I think he was running the streets because he was trying to get over you. Queen of Wands, he saw something shiny and she got pregnant. Nine of Swords. And also, like, you reach out of nowhere to give that information. He's just showing his ass, basically. He's showing his ass about how much he cared for you. And maybe you're picking up on that. He's a mega jaded. That's on him, yeah. Last call for donations, guys. Thank you so much. We'll chat soon. I appreciate you booking with me. I might actually, now my Saturdays have been dead. I did free readings this last Saturday, but I'm wondering if Spirit wants me to take a break. So maybe I'll open up. I was doing a lot of private readings on, like, during the weekend Sundays, but maybe I'll hold Saturdays for my private readings now. I don't know. I'm always evolving. I'm always trying to figure this thing out. We have the scythe here. Yeah, he's beating himself up thinking that, oh my God. Holy shit. I don't mean to laugh at this guy. Oh God. You want to know why? You want to know why this is so, look how horrible this is in the Lenormand. The scythe, the whip, and the coffin. He knows that literally the final nail in the coffin, that you guys can never be together. And once he found out that information, it was the final straw. I'm pulling dark romance. I'm just going to do it. Isn't a magpie like a bird or something? Shiny. He asked for forgiveness reaching out weeks ago. I tried to reach out, apologize, ended things, but then he was abusive. Girl, yeah, this guy's got problems. I would completely block him. And if you do, I do think he possibly got someone pregnant, but I also think he would be crazy enough to lie about something like that. So I would stay far, far away from this guy. But he knows if he tells you this information, girl, it's over. Scythe, whip, coffin. Soulmate. He thought you were a soulmate. Oh, Lord. Web of lies. Web of lies. I think that he... Sorry, I feel like I'm not speaking clearly today. Hold on, let me go down to your... Tells me what? That he lied? Yeah, no, I think it's true. I do feel it's true that there is a child, but I think he's crazy enough to lie about something like that, and I think you should stay very, 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 very far away. Jaded says, narcissist gets people pregnant ASAP to insert control. Girl, yeah. We've complicated. That is an understatement for this guy. And we have options. Yeah, I feel for this woman because she just signed up for crazy town with this guy. Leo, moon in the 7th house. Good God. He could have. I just think he's a manipulative person. I'm not calling out any specific lies. I'm just saying he's crazy enough to lie about something like that. I think he's just a manipulator and a liar. And I feel like he's grandiose and he embellishes things. We have Leo moon in the 7th house. He is going to blow this relationship up on social media. I don't know if he's got Facebook or whatever the cool kids use these days, but he's going to be posting pictures of him and that woman for God and country to see. I mean, yeah, Leo moon in the 7th house is, look how perfect my relationship is on screen, when in reality it's probably a train wreck. So, extreme emotion in relationships. That's what I got for you today. I think you were the one that got away, and I think it's messing with his head. And that's his feelings for you. So he's lashing out, because that's what unhealed Pisces men do. Good Pisces men are good men. I will stand by that, because I know. Good luck. Instagram, the Instagram, the TikTok, I don't know. Oh, I'm afraid to get on TikTok. I'm afraid it, sometimes I watch those YouTube shorts and I get hooked on them, and I'm like, I think they're like rotting our brain, and I just think it's not. I think it's scary. Yes, you can donate, Jaden. I'm going to type it. I don't think I'm being clear. I'm going to type it to you because I do think she is pregnant. I did not specify a lie, but I think he is a liar. Yeah, that's all. I also said, I think he is crazy enough to lie about something like that, though. Jaded is up. I will take Jaded and then we're going to close. I'm going to make some dinner after this. Reading list closed. And figure out how to hang up my new bathroom mirror. That's going to be an adventure. Mom just had choir performance. Aw, that's cool. In City Square, lots of people. Nobody from our family came. She felt sad. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for Mama. Ugh. That's sad. I'm gonna pull. I feel for her. I would have gone. If you would have been like, Bird, if you're in town, I would have been like, dude, I'll go up there. I would have gone there with you. She sounds like a sweet mama. All right, let's see. I used to be in a choir back in the day. All right, my list is closed. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll probably be on tomorrow later. I'll put up a timestamp. All right. What sign is she? I'm just curious. See, us Scorpio, Cancer moons, we really are good people. She's a Pisces. Oh my God, you're so lucky. Oh my God. I hope you guys have like the best relationship ever. That's, oh my God. I wish, well, in another lifetime, it's fine. All right, Spirit, show me, what can Jada do to help her mama? 10 of Cups. Oh, show her how much you love her. Queen of Swords. Talk shit. Do what the Scorpio. Listen, get real. You want to sit there and just be like, call a spade and be like, yeah, so-and-so's an a-hole. And like, you are the best. I'm celebrating you. You have people, sometimes people can be selfish, especially if your mom has done a lot for some of these people. You said, oh, talk shit about family. Yeah, listen, girl, I do. Here's the deal. Is especially if the Queen of Swords, especially if, you know, she has done a lot for some of these people, I feel like a lot of these people are selfish and they take her for granted. Ace of Pentacles. Telling her how much she's influenced you and telling her how much she has, like inspired you and instilled things, she always gets things and gets no appreciation. Yeah, well, yeah. 8 of Cups. A lot of it is not because of her, though. A lot of it is due to the selfishness and other people just being in their own worlds, right? And I was talking about in the first reading that we did, or the first reading we did today, which I don't think you were here for, living in radical acceptance, not expecting the fantasy version of anybody, not expecting someone to show up when they literally are not capable of doing it, even if they're a grown man or woman and should have the wherewithal. Some people just don't care because they don't want to do it. And so that's not what the question is, though, but we're going to get there. Your question is, how can you help her? What can you do to make her feel better? Spending more time with her, hanging out in a casual way. Just hanging out, like sitting around or going on a walk or whatever you do to be like casual. Just spending time with her, speaking with her, chatting with her. 5 of Cups. Telling her that she's valid in her feelings and that, yeah, like, you know, some people are just not as emotionally capable as you guys are as these beautiful water signs, right? You may have some grand trine aspects going on with her, with your Cancer and Scorpio stuff going on with her Pisces, right? And so the way that you guys move and express and care, other people are not built that way. And that is this challenge of the Cancer moon. That's the challenge of the water sign. And you are that. And so not only are you're worried about her being sad, where other people wouldn't even have the wherewithal to even be concerned about this, Jaded. Do you see how sensitive and intuitive you are here? So 5 of Cups saying that, like, you know, this is a really cool thing that you're doing, and she's not in this, I bet that she's not in this choir to just, you know, pass the time. She's in this choir because she probably enjoys it, and she's probably passionate about it, right? And this is about her. It's not about, you know, other people. And I know a lot of Pisces moons that are like bleeding hearts. So if she's like a double Pisces, then she might just like lay on the train tracks for people, and no matter what they do, they just kind of go back for more. But all you can do is show her what she means to you, nothing else. She's finally doing things for her own enjoyment. Good. Ace of Cups, sharing love with her. Knight of Swords. And listen, I don't, culturally, maybe talking shit about your family is not a, I feel like family may have a different definition for me than maybe other people, but Knight of Swords, yeah, having real conversations about what she's taught you, how much you care about her, how she's influenced you, how she's helped you through dark times. And like, as kids, we can't see it, right? As kids, we can't see it. But I have an aunt who's a Pisces moon who I'm very, very, very close with. And I was a very emotionally troubled child and teen, and even young adult. And she was there for me no matter what state I was in, no matter what, literally and figuratively, like, and, you know, appreciating her patience and capacity for the way that she raised you. Because she doesn't need validation from other people, but it would have been nice if someone would have showed up for her, right? You can only voice how you feel. And I think the 4 of Swords, just spending casual, quiet time together, like whether that's watching a movie or making a dinner together, something like that, I think is going to be impactful. And then sharing like how you feel about her. Maybe you make her a little like book or an art project or a drawing or a painting or some photo, like a photo book, something of you guys showing her like how much she means, and maybe writing little things about how you felt about her. But I feel like she's a good soul, but I do feel like she does get taken advantage of a bit. We have Aquarius in the first house. She may meet some unexpected friends this year. If she has just started socializing and doing things for enjoyment, she may start seeking out new and unexpected friendships. And I think she's going to start experimenting more, doing things that, maybe she never let herself do before, which you did validate that. But yeah, Uranus and Aquarius in the first house, Uranus and Aquarius in the first house is, doing things in a new funky way, in an unexpected way, in a surprising way. Maybe she's going to meet new friends that she does have things in common with. Maybe friends in the choir, maybe friends at some other type of group where she can really connect with in an authentic way. Let me see what else. Especially if she was raising kids for a long time, or I don't know how many siblings you have or whatever her situation was. Maybe she was shy. I don't know what her deal is, but I didn't feel. I'm rapidly approaching 40, and I tell people, and I don't know if it has anything to do with my Capricorn rising stuff. I didn't feel like my life began until I was 30. I like truly. Part of me is like, was I a walk-in? Like, what the hell happened? But I truly feel like after 30, my life really took off. And I was able to like truly experience life due to my own issues. And so maybe she's kind of feeling like she's ready to branch out and live life. We have enter the temple of your trust. She trusts you. And I feel like she's one of the only people that you probably trust. So I think truthful authenticity, a wonderful surprise is coming. Something entirely new awaits you. Yeah, she is. You can tell her about this reading. She is going to have some new experiences, new friends, new people. The time is right. Seize the day, make progress on your soul path. She could be having some really cool transits going on this year. She finally, watercolor painting, volunteers. She mostly raised this on her own. Yeah. All right, let's get some mantras for your mom. Let's get some mantras for the mama. Jaded, what time is it there? Is it like super late? Mantras. You're the best. You're the freaking best. All right. Forgive. Full moon in Pisces, baby. Look how gorgeous these cards are. 11/23. Interesting. Go wild. Full moon in Leo. Let it all hang out, girl. Take a breather. Yeah, maybe she was working hard raising you guys, or working, or all of the above. And it's like, go wild, go live, and, take a load off and just kind of do things for yourself. And I think she is, full moon in Pisces, I think she does easily forgive people, which could kind of be a detriment to her. And thank you for using, I know in Europe, you guys use like a normal time clock, but in the US, we do our AM and PM. So I appreciate you for accommodating me here in the States. When I'm in Europe, I'm like, oh, we're on military time. And I can, what's horrible? I can't figure it out. Like 23 is pretty easy, right? Because you're coming close to that 24 hours. But like, if someone was like, it's like 16:11, I would say, I don't even know it. I don't know what time that means. I'm going to leave that with you in Spirit's blessing. I also can't read Roman numerals, but I promise you I'm well educated. I have all the plaques behind me to prove it. Anyway. I mean, I don't know how well educated I am, but I'm an educated idiot. We'll put it that way. All right. Jaded. I used to have issues with 17 because I would think it was 7, but it's 5. 16 is 4. Thanks for the info. I mean, you just got to count it out. But you guys are just smarter and healthier people over there. And I can only wish, when I was in Mallorca, Jaded, have you ever been to Spain? Let me tell you, just add 12. Girl, I can't math. When I was in Mallorca, Spain, I was like, the food there is so good. And like the access to healthy food that you guys have, and like it's not full of chemicals and stuff, is incredible. Just Barcelona and Ibiza. Yeah, so Ibiza and Mallorca are next to each other, which you probably know because you're a smart European. I could not, but like, even in this island, I'm like, fresh, beautiful, fresh food. Like when we go in a grocery store here, like, and I'm also a little bit picky, but like a lot of time the food isn't fresh. And I was so blown away. You can buy like fresh meat and fresh everything there. And it was like good prices. Everything was cheaper. It was amazing. It was amazing. All right. So we went shopping because everything was like cheaper there. I got new luggage. Anyway, I'm done telling my European adventure. All right. I'm going to leave that with you guys, and I'm going to figure out my next situation. Everything's fresh because we go to stores every day. Yeah. I should be going to the store every day, but I actually need to go to the store now, so I'm going to let you go. But enjoy your evening. Good night. Bye.